Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin.
Police Federation chairman calls on government to offer more attractive pay package to members. The search for missing 8-year-old ends in tragedy. And later in sports, Reggae Boys head coach praises local-based defender after Unity Cup win.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Kerry-Ann Simpson. Here are the details. Chairman of the Police Federation, Sergeant Arlene McBean, is calling on the government to offer a more attractive payment package to members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. She was speaking at the Federation's 82nd annual conference, now underway in Hanover. Kimberly Petty reports.
Speaking at the 82nd Annual Joint Police Federation Conference at Princess Grand Resort in Green Island yesterday, Ms. McBean revealed that she submitted 50 claim items under the 2025-2027 salary proposal to the administration for consideration.
With a country experiencing such a reduction in crime, with a country experiencing that level of reduction, when it comes down to murder, major crime, the men and women are shining, the men and women are working.
McBean says she's looking forward to a successful negotiation and that she longs for a Jamaica Constabulary force that will attract the regional partners to join.
We are working, even when our pay slip come with the money, short without the money, we are working. When it's short, we are working. So guess what? The time is now, the transformation is before us.
She also touched on the long-standing issue of overtime payment.
I will not relent as your chairman to ensure that the relevant benefits and remuneration is given to the men and women who sacrifice their time and energy to serve, protect, and reassure the citizens of Jamaica.
She went further.
We deserve to be paid on time, in real time, and have a proper system where we do not have to get messages to say that your pay slip will not be ready today, but we have advanced system, advanced technology to send the thing to us that we can track how we are paid. Commission and Minister, we really want the overtime thing to be fixed.
Kimberly Petty for TVJ News.
To news just in, the police are investigating another massive gun shipment in Kingston. TVJ News sources say the security forces and customs agency have intercepted a shipment of arms in an industrial-sized water heater at a warehouse on Industrial Terrace. Our sources say the police have so far recovered 96 guns from the water heater that has been searched. Now, it's believed there are 4 other water heaters in the same shipment from the United States. The police also found 16 guns in another shipment at the same warehouse recently. The family of an 8-year-old boy whose decomposing body was retrieved in an abandoned car in Gregory Park, St. Catherine, remain in shock after the gruesome discovery yesterday. The child, Navardo Blackburn, had been missing since Saturday. The search for 8-year-old Navardo Blackburn ended Tuesday, and it was not the outcome many, particularly his mother, had been hoping for.
As a parent, this is the news that no parent wants to hear. And I can tell, Prudence is completely traumatized by it, devastated. She was really hoping just moments before that, that her son, would have been returned to her so that she could just love him and hug him and kiss him. His grandmother's at home, her other family members are home consoling the grandmother as well,
Family members and residents of Gregory Park had been searching for the 8-year-old since Saturday after he didn't return home from playing. It's understood he was with a group of children from the area when his grandmother instructed him to go home. One resident recounted as she moved in his direction, he took off.
Him run off. So run off hide from her. But everybody I think say I don't have to river him there. So when me do know, I go down at the area, and when me ask somebody, them say they saw 4 person and them run them up back. But go down a little more, one nurse lady, she said she saw next set and them run them up. Because I come back around and go so when I do a cover off all other side, if you see him not there.
Initially, it was thought that Navardo, who is autistic, went to hide in a familiar spot near the river. But on Tuesday, he was found dead in an abandoned car in the community.
Some little fly a pitch on the car.
Yeah.
So them I said, no man, check the car. Yeah. Check the car. But we I say, all right, call the police. But me go look now. Why the little baby turn a big man because the body stretch and look big. But me I see the little brief and the marina, me I say, well, and that me see me now all the while. Me I say him man, I just walk away.
So in which position? Where was it? The front, the back, and what? You can just describe.
Alright, so it's like he opened the door. You know, all the car doors are open except the side that he was on.
Okay.
So it looked like he opened that part, because the next side it was crate and thing. He couldn't directly use the whole back, but the little space. So him opened it, and look like him locked the door.
Investigations are continuing.
To other news, a new rainwater harvesting initiative is expected to see change the way some residents in communities in Hanover store and manage their rainwater supply. Founder of the Rainwater Initiative for Sustainability and Empowerment, Rise Tiana Dinham, recently launched the project aimed at supporting communities that face challenges with access to clean and reliable water. It focuses on improving water circulation through the use of water tanks that are designed to properly harvest and treat rainwater.
Every recipient is trained in how to properly harvest and treat rainwater. Because many Jamaicans, like myself when I was growing up, didn't know that you had to treat the water you were collecting. That is not a failure of individuals, it's just a gap in education. And that's a gap that we're actively trying to close. That's why we're proud to be donating chlorinators to 3 local institutions: the Maryland Primary and Infant School, my alma mater, the Montana Primary and Infant School, and the Upper Rock Spring Primary School. These chlorinators are small devices with major impact. They can test chlorine content in the water supply to ensure the water is safe for drinking, cooking, and sanitization.
An explanation this afternoon from hybrid car experts in China for why some models may appear to be less fuel efficient when compared to other cars. Our reporter Dwayne Anderson is in China and filed this report.
The figurative hazard lights are flashing for some Jamaican consumers over the fuel use of some hybrid motor cars. Some persons took to social media to complain that some of the newer models use quarter tank of fuel in some instances to travel very short distances. I put the issue to plant manager of BYD's plant in Shandong, China. His company makes hybrid cars. He explained what may be causing the issue noted among these consumers.
For the type you've just mentioned, there may be because the engine and electric machine, they can't support each other. The engine, it accelerates, and the electronic parts, they support the traveling and driving. So it may consume much gas.
It is important to note the fuel economy issue reported by some Jamaican consumers is not linked to BYD's vehicles. BYD's management added that while its hybrid units are fuel efficient, users of hybrid and electric vehicles will often see more savings in using full electric vehicles.
For pure electricity cars, it can travel like over 100 kilometers per day, and it can satisfy your daily needs, like for a commute or for a tour around your house. And so there's no apparent issues on pure electricity cars.
I was taken on a tour of BYD's Jinan base on Wednesday. It is a facility where man and machine combine seamlessly and efficiently. The plant employs 1,000 workers and can produce up to 2,500 vehicles daily. The company is projecting it will surpass some big-name car brands in the coming years due to the growing demand.
In the next 3 to 5 years, we want to reach an exported volume of over 100,000 vehicles, just like some famous Japanese brand.
Dwayne Anderson, TVJ News.
There have been calls for the government to expand access to the Sex Offender Registry following recent incidents of sexual abuse against children. Opposition spokesperson on Justice Senator Donna Scott Motley has expressed disappointment with the delay. Jamaica's sex registry was established in July 2014. However, it is not accessible to the general public. In light of recent incidents of violence against women and children, there has been public outcry for the registry to be made public. Minister of Culture and Gender Affairs Olivia Babsy-Grange has called for stronger laws to deal with perpetrators of violence against women and children. But speaking at a People's National Party divisional conference in Christiana, Manchester on the weekend, opposition spokesman on Justice Senator Donna Scott Motley challenged her female counterparts in the Jamaica Labour Party for their silence on violence against women.
So you know, I see Babsy come out and everybody come out and they want to condemn violence against women. Well, let me tell you the facts. We have a joint Senate committee reviewing the Domestic Violence Act, which is to look at how we can strengthen the protection of our women in this country. It met once, March 20, 2024, and it has never met again. We have a caucus of female parliamentarians, and when you put issues to them, they say it's not in their terms of reference.
She also blasted the government for the delay in publishing the Sex Offender Registry, among other issues.
In 2024, Minister Horace Chang promised a review of the Sex Offenders Registry after school teacher Daniel Anglin was murdered by a convicted serial rapist. He had been convicted in Antigua and in Jamaica, but no one knew. And Horace Chang in February 2024 promised that they would review that sex offenders registry, and we don't hear nothing about it until now, when they kill little Kelsey. These people don't choose you. These people don't choose Jamaica. They choose only what is in their interest. And when the issues come up that concern all of us, they don't follow through.
In a powerful display of compassion and community spirit, students from Manchester are learning that even the smallest hands can make a big impact. Antonia Atkinson explains.
Turning lessons into action, students from schools across Manchester stepped out of the classroom and into the community to care for the homeless in Mandeville. The children served a breakfast and spent time interacting with the homeless. Principal of Yabnell International Preparatory School, Deidre Watt Christie, said it's a crucial way to teach young people social responsibility.
If we can show them how to put their best foot forward in representing themselves and to taking on little social responsibilities and teaching them disciplines, then I think that we'll have a better world.
The initiative was conceived by Manchester High student Lonnie Jones, who said she's been giving to the homeless since age 2.
I just wanted to give other kids a chance to appreciate what they have, and just to give them the feeling that I felt when I was giving back, just that feeling that we're helping other persons. And I also wanted to treat the kids also, that's why they're here. So because it's Child's Month, and over the years, kids are going missing, they're being raped, they're being killed every day. It's really sad. So I just wanted them to feel good, know that they have support with them, and just give them that nice feeling.
Mentors and attorney Oren Nelson and Brianna Bell shared what the experience meant to them.
If we can find persons to impart good values and even to be a shoulder, as it were, to cry on, then I think it would help.
Kids basically, they make up the foundation of society, and they're going to be the next leaders in society. And so I think it's important to mentor them, to get them ready for the world so that they can eventually lead us. I was a child once, and I know how important it is to have somebody to mentor me.
Antonia Atkinson, TV.
And it's time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. It's now time for the Business Minute. Garth W. Williams has been appointed Chief Executive Officer of the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency effective May 26. Mr. Williams brings 2 decades of experience across the public and private sectors to his new role. The Ministry of National Security says he has a strong track record of operational strategy and institutional reform. Mr. Williams joined PICA in 2008 as Deputy CEO of Operations and has been serving as acting CEO since May last year. Further afield, Brazilian prosecutors are suing Chinese electric vehicle giant BYD and 2 of its contractors, saying they were responsible for human trafficking and conditions analogous to slavery at a factory construction site in the country. The Public Labor Prosecutor's Office in the state of Bahia says 220 Chinese workers were rescued after it began an investigation in response to an anonymous complaint. The company is seeking 257 million Brazilian reals in damages from the 3 companies. And that's it for the Business Minute. And here's Shamela Pullen with a preview of what's coming up in this evening's Health Report.
In the next edition of the Health Report, we look at gallbladder disease.
When the gallbladder starts to become diseased, then we can have problems. One of the most common things which can happen to the gallbladder is the development of stones within the gallbladder, and that can cause periodic pain when any of those stones becomes lodged in the main duct coming from the gallbladder.
That's the Health Report in Primetime News at 7. And now for today's healthy living tip. Maintain a healthy weight. Eat a balanced high-fiber diet. Choose healthy fats. Avoid skipping meals. And stay hydrated.
Time now for the top regional and international stories.
In the region, Prime Minister of Belize Johnny Brasino plans to establish a specialized gun and gang court to address rising violent crime. He describes it as a temporary solution and stresses the need to tackle root causes such as poverty and lack of access to education. The government is also proposing constitutional amendments to validate past states of emergencies, SOEs, and to empower the National Security Council to recommend future SOEs. These moves follows recent court rulings that found past detention under SOEs unlawful, resulting in compensation payouts. On the international scene, U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says COVID-19 vaccines will no longer be recommended for healthy children and pregnant women. He announced the change via social media, claiming it aligned with the Trump administration's Make America Healthy Again agenda. Kennedy criticized the previous boosters recommendation, citing a lack of clinical data. However, no new scientific evidence was presented to support the shift. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Antonia Atkinson.
Thanks, Antonia. We now head to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your midday sports report.